So is my screen visible? Adil, can you confirm?
Yes.
Cool. So today we'll first try to understand what is DevOps. Okay, what exactly we do in like software development lifecycle. Because I can see like most of the people are from like non-technical background or from like freshers, right? So okay, I'll just try to explain the like complete lifecycle from where the data is flowing, from where the actual process is getting started. We'll discuss all these things. Okay. So Gauss is a Java developer. That means backend developer. Java means it comes under the back. So Gauss is one of the Java developer. So he will be writing the code here. Once the code is written, so once he is done with writing the code, then there will be a testing team. So they will test whether the code written by the development team is properly working or not. Okay, they will write the code and then we will run this application. Let's say this is a computer. We basically call it a server, but in the normal terminology, it's nothing but a computer or laptop, whatever you call it. So we'll discuss what is server later. So what we'll do, Gauss is a developer. He is done with writing the code. So we will take this code and we will run it on this server. What exactly we are doing, what is mean by running, we'll discuss later. But assume we are trying to run that code on this server. Now the testing team will test whether this application is actually working or not, whether the code which is written by the development team is working or not. Okay, so that means BA to the development team, and next it is going to testing team. Okay, testing team is the name itself is telling that testing. They are testing the code written by the developers. Okay, so there are different types of testing: manual testing, automation testing, regression testing. Okay, load testing. There are different testing. All these things taken care by the testing team. Right. Once the testing is done, once they basically verify the code written by the developers, they will give the green signal. Okay, everything looks good. Right, from their side, they will give this green signal. Okay, everything looks good. You can proceed and go ahead and deploy. So now DevOps people will come into the picture. So here the DevOps team will come into the picture, right? So what is DevOps people do? Whatever the code which is written by the developers. So let me explain in the new tab. Okay. So developer is done with writing the code. Now DevOps. Let's say Adil is a DevOps engineer, right? Now what Adil will do, he will collect the code written by the developers, okay, front end or back end or database, basically front end or back end developers, okay. And then, so he will convert that code into one single file. Okay, because the client requires the application. He doesn't require the code, right? What he will do if you provide the code, let's say the code contains 10,000 lines or 100,000 lines. 50K lines. So we don't know like how big the project is. Okay. So he doesn't understand the code. What he requires application. So to develop that application, what we need to do as a DevOps engineer, what Adil will do here, he will convert this code into the single file. What we are calling this file? Artifact. Remember this word. Okay. We will use this word multiple times later. What do we call this? Artifact. A single file. Okay. It's a byproduct actually. Okay, so for developing this code, they will use like so many tools, frameworks, and libraries, packages, and everything. But after developing this complete code, we are generating one single file. We are calling it as artifact. Let's assume we want to prepare a vegetable biryani, right? So we will use some rice. Okay, we use vegetables. We use some masala and some other ingredients, oil, etc. So we use all these things to prepare the vegetable biryani. But what is the final product? We are preparing the vegetable biryani. So here also, developers actually want to develop the application. The final product is the application. So this is our application. The artifact is the application. But to develop that application, they need to use different ingredients. Ingredients means here we are calling it as tools, packages, libraries, dependencies, and all these things will be included in the development part. Finally, we are preparing one single file. We are calling it as artifact. Whose responsibility is that? DevOps responsibility, Adil. Now, he will take this artifact, he will run it on one server. So we call it as production server. I will explain what is production later. but let's just remember this word production server. So we have different types of servers: development server, testing server, stage environment, production environment. Okay, we have different types of environments. We'll discuss those environments later in the later class. Okay, so now Adil will take this artifact, the byproduct, and he will deploy this on the server. What is mean by deploy? I'm using the word deploy. Deploy is nothing but running the application. Running the application. Okay, so you are taking this file and you're running this application on this particular server. So once the application started running on this particular, let's say I'm calling it as application, right? The grocery supermarket application, right? Once this application started running on this particular server, now the customers of this supermarket, right? So customers of the Pawan super, let's say the supermarket name is Pawan's supermarket. Let's say this is the business name. Now we are developing the application with the same name, Pawan Supermarket, and the domain name also will purchase like www.pawansupermarket.com. Okay, like Flipkart.com, Amazon.com, it's like pawansupermarket.com. Okay, now so customers of the Pawan Supermarket from Hyderabad, from Bangalore, or from Delhi, like any city, those people can actually purchase the groceries by logging into the website. Now, once this application started running on this server, so DevOps people will take care of running this application on this server. Now, if you open your laptop or computer, mobile phone, tablet, or any device, if you go to the browser and if you type like www.pawansupermarket.com, then you can able to access that website. So because we all are opening these websites, right? Amazon.com, Flipkart.com, Book My Show. What is actually happening in the backend? Those applications are running somewhere. Okay, we call this production server. See, these applications are running on the production servers. Whose responsibility is to like run those applications? DevOps engineers. Whose responsibility is to develop that application? Developers. Whose responsibility is to test that application? Test engineers. Okay, and there is also a database team who will be writing the queries for storing the data. So that's the different part. We'll also discuss that. We'll also explain about like how to create a database, how to store the data, what are the different types of databases. Okay, me and Adil will cover the database related topics also. Don't worry. Right. So now, once this application is successfully deployed on this server, we will monitor this application. We will monitor the application and we will monitor the server, whether the server is running properly or not, because we need to check the CPU, central processing unit, memory. Okay, we need to check like how much memory this particular server is consuming, how much CPU is this consuming, right? Is it crossing more than 100%? Is it crossing more than 50%? So we need to track these metrics, because due to some X reason, if the server goes down, if this computer is not working properly, what will happen? This application will not work properly. This application will not work. Okay, then the customers of the Pawan Supermarket cannot open the website. It will show like page not found, 404 error, or some 503 bad gateway. It will show some different error codes. Okay, we'll also discuss about those error codes later, right? So this application should always run 24/7 on this particular server. So this server should run properly. The application on the server should run properly. Whose responsibility is that? DevOps engineer's responsibility. Okay, and we need to continuously monitor that application every time. Right. So this is a complete workflow in software development lifecycle. In the software field, most of the projects, 90% of the projects are application development projects. So people like Java, we are calling like we see our friends, colleagues, and other family members working as the developers. What they actually do as a developers means they develop these applications, websites, okay, for the different purpose, right? So now if you go to this page, so you will find all the different stages. The first stage starts from planning. Planning means what we discussed, like stakeholder interaction with the client, and then the business analyst and with the developers. All these things will come under the planning. Okay. So then after the discussion with the developers, they will start writing the code. So once they get all the requirements from the client side and from the business analyst team, developers will start writing the code. Front-end developers, back-end developers, they will start writing the code. Once they are done with writing the code, so they will run this on some test server. So we will discuss about this build later. Build is nothing but, I told you, right, we are converting that artifact. whatever the code that we are writing. Yeah, here. So whatever the code which developers are creating, we are converting this code into one single file artifact. So this process we call it as build. Converting the code into application, we call it as build. So we'll discuss about all these things in detail because this is a first class. I cannot explain every topic in detail. I'm just giving the high level overview. So for few people, if you are still not able to understand, if you cannot able to understand, if you are cannot able to follow what I'm explaining, that's completely fine. We will anyway discuss each and every step in detail. Okay. So let's come back. So what we are doing, once the developer is done with writing the code, we are building that. We are converting that code into one single file, and testing team will test that application, whether that application is properly working or not. Who will do that? Testing team will do that. Once the testing team gives the green signal, we are actually releasing, like we are taking the approval from the BA team or from the client side. Like, shall we deploy that application or not? It's like release. We are releasing the application. To whom we are releasing to? We are releasing the application to the client or customer. Okay. And then deploy. Deploy means we are running that application on that particular servers. Okay. Development servers, testing servers, state servers, finally production servers. Okay. Once the application is deployed on the production, then the customers of that supermarket can able to access the website. They can purchase the groceries. Okay. So is our work completed once we deploy the application? No. We need to continuously operate and monitor. We need to verify if everything is working fine or not. Okay, it's not like once the application is deployed, our work is done. No, it's not like that. We need to continuously check everything is working fine or not. If something going wrong, we need to again fix it and we need to redeploy that application. Okay, and then again, once it is done, we need to again, if there are any new changes, let's say Pawan's team is providing some new changes every 2 weeks or every 1 month or every 3 months, they're providing some new changes. So again, we'll start from here. Developers will plan the everything and then they will write the code, build, test, release, deploy, operate, monitor. It's a continuous process. That's the reason you are seeing this infinity symbol. Okay, it's a complete continuous process. Until the project is completed, it's a continuous process. Even after the project is completed, we still be deploying some changes. Okay, so they will hand over the project to the support team. Support team will take care of all these things. But in the actual development and the deployment of the application will follow all these steps. It's a continuous process. Okay, so if you see the definition here, you can see. Yeah, so you can see DevOps is a combination of cultural philosophies, practices, and tools that increases the organization ability to deliver the applications and services at high velocity. So basically, if you search for the DevOps definition in Google or YouTube or some other platforms, they will mention that it's a combination of development and operations team. That is true, but you should not answer this to other people. I mean, you should not answer this way in the interviews. Nobody will ask these basic questions, but if in case, if they're asking what is DevOps, you need to provide some proper definition. Don't just tell it's a combination of development or operations. No, it's not correct. Okay. So it's a combination of practices. What are the methodologies that we are following? Practices means philosophies as practices means what are the methodologies? What are the like basic practices that we are following? Okay. Steps that we are following. Okay. And tools that we are using. What are the different tools that we are using? Okay. So it's combination of the everything. It's a process actually. So in the process of biryani making, right? So what is the final product? The final product is a vegetable biryani. But what all steps that we are following to prepare that biryani? So that is a biryani making process. Here also in the application. So what we need, the final product is we need the application. But to complete that application, what are the things that we are following? What is testing team doing? What is development team doing? What is DevOps team doing? Database team doing? Business team? So all different teams will be involved in this application making process. Like in the biryani making, we are putting some oil. Okay, we are like adding some ingredients, right? We are adding some masala and all these things. Okay, we are cooking it on the stove, etc. So all these are steps involved in the biryani making process. So here also, testing the application, writing the code, discussing with the different teams. Okay, as Adil mentioned earlier, DevOps team will be interacting with many people. So here you don't have to worry about the communication. A simple English is enough. You don't have to be a pro in you don't need to worry about the vocabulary or grammar. Just a simple English. Whatever that you are speaking, the other person is able to understand, that is more than enough. Because I've seen many people who are like have pathetic English, right? But still they are managing to communicate with the client. So just a simple English is enough to communicate properly. Okay, because for the DevOps engineers, developers, or testing engineers in the software development field, their main skill set is that the software, particular software. It's not the English, right? We are not the English teachers, right? We are not English trainers, or we are not working in some Oxford or other universities. So simple English is good enough. Okay, don't worry. So this is the process. This is the actual definition of DevOps. It includes some tools, practices, and other methodologies to develop the application and deliver to the client. Okay, you can see here, organization ability to deliver the applications. To whom we are developing these applications? To the client at high velocity. So with the help of all these tools, AWS Cloud, Jenkins, Harness, Kubernetes, Docker, okay? So with the help of all these tools, we are increasing the speed to deliver the application. Even earlier also, we are using this process, but with lesser pace. Okay, maybe it was taking 6 months or 1 year for delivering an application. But nowadays, we are releasing this changes every once in a week. Every 15 days, we are releasing some new changes to the customer. Okay, we are providing some new changes to the website once in a week, or even sometimes like 3 days in a week also, with the help of these tools. So we can increase that process. We can speed up the delivery process with the help of DevOps tools. Okay, evolving and improving the products at a faster pace. You can see here at a faster pace than organizations using traditional software development and infrastructure management. Traditional means the older fashion. So this is the definition of DevOps. DevOps is not a tool. DevOps is not a programming language. DevOps is not testing. It's not data science. It's a process. DevOps is process of making our application, building the application, the process of building the application. Okay, the application should be finally deployed on this server. So this is the process. What is the process that we are following? That process we are calling it as DevOps. So two teams will be involved. We also involved with the development team. So actually we ourselves call it as operations team, but we are calling it as DevOps because we are closely interacting with the development team. That's the reason we are calling it as DevOps. Okay, and there is one more word called DevSecOps. Right, it is also same as DevOps only. There is nothing major differences between the DevSecOps and DevOps. So I will explain. So in the DevSecOps, security will be added. Okay, at the end of the course, I will give some basic overview what is DevSecOps. You can also apply for the DevSecOps roles. Not only for the DevOps, you can also apply for the DevSecOps roles. As Adil mentioned, the main benefits of this course is you can apply for the cloud related roles, cloud engineer, cloud architect, solution architect, cloud administrator, okay, and cloud plus DevOps, AWS DevOps roles, okay. And I've seen people who learn AWS DevOps and they are managing to apply for the Azure DevOps and GCP DevOps, because if you learn AWS, everything is same with the other cloud providers. Just the terminology is different. In AWS, we are calling it as EC2 instances. In Azure, we call it as VMs. In AWS, we are calling it as like S3 buckets. In Azure, we call it as blob storage. So in AWS, we have EKS. Azure, we call it as AKS, Azure Kubernetes Service. It's almost same. The process wise, everything is same. The concepts wise, everything is same. AWS, Azure, GCP, and other cloud providers. Just the terminology is different. That's it. So that's the main the main benefit of like learning this course. It includes everything. It includes like practical based learning in DevOps and also certification based in the first 1 month. So we are providing this course with a price of 22K. It's very less actually, because you can cross check outside. People are charging just for the certification course. They're charging like 10 to 15,000 just for the certification. And DevOps again, they're charging 15 to 20,000. Right. So together they are charging like more than 35K. But as we want to provide it less for the less cost, we are giving it for the 22K. Okay. So I will stop it for today because it's already 8-9. So every day we'll be taking class till 8:15, 8 to 8:15. From 8:15 to 8:30, you can ask the questions. And sometimes we'll stop the class by 8 o'clock. So you can also use that time for the doubts clarification. Right. So I'm stopping my screen share, or else let it be. So you can ask the questions. Okay, yeah. Let me unmute all. I'm not sure about the RevSecOps, Sunil. I've never heard about RevSecOps, but anyway, yeah, I will check it first. Let me note it down some questions. So if I know something, I will definitely answer. Okay, if I don't know something, I will take that particular topic and I will address this that particular question in the next class. Okay. Site reliability engineer, yes. RevSecOps, right? Site reliability engineer is almost similar to the DevOps role, Raghu. So whatever the responsibility that DevOps takes care of, even the site reliability engineer also do the same thing. But what is the main difference here is, so site reliability engineer mainly focuses on this, like monitoring the infrastructure and operating the infrastructure, the application. They should always make sure that application is running 24/7. DevOps will be involving many different roles, like creating the pipelines, creating the infrastructure, like managing the GitHub repositories and creating the Docker files, Docker images, deploying the applications on the Kubernetes cluster, container orchestration. Okay, DevOps will be involved in many things, but site reliability engineer mainly focuses on application monitoring and infrastructure monitoring. Okay, so they will make sure that production servers are up and running at any point of time. Okay, it's not like we will not take care of it. Yeah, we will also involved in that. But site reliability engineer is mainly they will mainly focuses on the maintenance of the application and the maintenance of the infrastructure. Okay, what else? Yeah, Sunil, DevSecOps means the combination of development, operations, and security. Yes, yes. We'll discuss about that in detail later. Don't worry. Yes, yes, Nagaraj, we also provide the Terraform. Terraform is also covered in this course. So yeah, sorry to let me share my screen. Let me explain what are the different tools that we are covering in this course, because I thought we already shared the curriculum with all of you. I hope all of you have the curriculum with you, so you can go through all the topics. But anyway, let me just mention all the tools that I'm going to cover. Is my screen visible, Adil?
Yes, Navin.
Okay. So for building the application, you know what is building, right? Like converting the code into the artifact. So for building the applications, we use Maven. Okay, because we are going to use this Java for the backend. Okay, and for the front end framework, we are going to use React.js, which uses JavaScript programming language. Okay, and for the backend, it's Spring Boot framework, which uses Java programming language. And for the database, we are using MySQL. Okay, RDS MySQL, relational database system. Right. And you might get this doubt. Naveen, do we need to learn the programming here? No, don't worry. You don't have to learn the JavaScript. You don't have to learn the Java, or you don't need to learn the SQL language. SQL is the language, structured query language that we use. Okay. You don't need to learn all these languages, not required. We as a DevOps engineer, we will deploy these applications. We are not responsible for developing the applications. But however, if you have some basic understanding on Python, that will be helpful in the interviews. Basics. No need to learn the advanced concepts. The basics of Python will be helpful in the interview. Okay. As I mentioned, like out of 10 interviews, 7, they did not ask Python as a mandatory. Okay. Only like few companies that are asking the Python skills, right? So these are the frameworks that we are going to use in this course. Okay. Front end, backend, React.js, Spring Boot, MySQL. And for the build, we are going to use Maven. And for automation of the build process, we are going to use Jenkins and Harness. So this is one of the main benefit that you will get, because most of the courses, they will only cover one tool for the CI/CD. So here we are covering both Jenkins as well as Harness, two tools. And for the container orchestration, we are going to cover Kubernetes, Elastic Kubernetes service. Elastic means this is a AWS Kubernetes service. Okay, Kubernetes, AWS form of Kubernetes, version of Kubernetes. Okay, and Elastic Container Service. So here also we are covering two container orchestration tools. You can also compare this curriculum with other course curriculums. Okay. And one more thing is, I've seen few people that are including so many tools, but when you like actually look into the content, they're covering very less. So here in this course, you will understand, by the end of the course, you will understand how to deploy this front end, back end database, and how to create the connection. Let's say this is one server, this is one server, and this is one server. Right. So you will understand, you will learn how to deploy the front end application on this server, how to deploy the backend application, how to deploy the database application. Servers means not only the servers, you will do it on the container orchestration tool, on the Kubernetes, on the ECS service, Elastic Container Service. Okay. And then how to create a connection between these three, front end to backend to database. So finally, you can do a complete end-to-end full stack project. Okay, so you can able to deploy the complete full stack project. You will purchase a domain name also, like flipkart.com, amazon.com. We will purchase a domain from the GoDaddy. GoDaddy is a like DNS service where we can purchase the like domain names, like how we are purchasing the phone numbers from Airtel, Idea, Vodafone. Similarly, we can purchase a domain names from the GoDaddy, Route 53, Google services. There are many other domains, registered services. Okay, so we'll purchase a domain. You will attach the domain to the front end application, and these three connections you will able to make the connection between these three applications. Okay, container orchestration, EKS and ECS, infrastructure provisioning. Infrastructure provisioning, it's Terraform. Okay, source code management, it's GitHub. Right, and containerization, it's Docker. Okay, and yeah, I hope I covered everything. So build Maven for automating this build and deployment process, we use Jenkins and Harness, two tools. For container orchestrations, we are going to use two tools, Elastic Kubernetes Service, Elastic Container Service. For the infrastructure provisioning, we use Terraform. For managing the source code, we use GitHub. And for the containerization, we use Docker. And for the AWS
Jenkins.
services,
okay, fine.
And for the AWS services, you can like check with Adil. So all the topics which are important for the certification, everything will be covered in the AWS. You don't have to learn any additional AWS services after the course. So whatever that you learn in this course for the AWS, it's more than enough. Okay, and for the DevOps, I will give you some more topics just for the interview purpose. No need to practice. Just for the interview purpose, I will give you some more topics you can prepare and you can start applying for the interviews. Okay, and as Adil mentioned, we are actually taking the interviews, not only L1 level, I also basically take like L2, L3 level also. So you don't have to worry. So once you are good at performing the mock interviews, you can actually clear the actual interviews. You can crack the actual interviews. Okay, right? So that's all from
They
my
have
side.
questions on the chat. Akshay is asking which is mostly used, Harness or Jenkins?
So frankly speaking, Jenkins is getting outdated day by day. Okay, but why we are still including Jenkins is, in the interview, still people are asking questions on the Jenkins. Even though they are not using Jenkins in the real time, but still they are asking questions on the Jenkins because it's old tool. I think it started in the year 2012 or 2014, 2012, I guess. Okay, so old tool in the CI/CD. So that's the reason there are still some companies are using Jenkins. It's an open source tool. We don't have to pay the money for the Jenkins. So some startup companies or like some small scale companies, they're still using Jenkins. So that's the reason we are included Jenkins. And also Harness is a new tool. Like it has so many benefits when compared to the Jenkins. So that's the reason I included Harness. So, okay, yeah, to answer your question, there are multiple tools actually, Jenkins, Harness, TeamCities, Bamboo, and so. But you don't have to learn each and every tool, not required. If you learn one or two tools, that's enough. Once you enter into the job, then you can easily understand the process, because you need to understand the process, not the terminology. If you understand the process, even though if they ask you to work on some different CI/CD tools, you can able to do that. You can easily able to like work on that particular task. Okay.
Navin, can you also give them the salary package, which the starting package for the DevOps or cloud engineer?
Yeah, so actually, not just for DevOps or like cloud or any domain, right? So the salary component is purely depend on our experience and your skill set. So because even if you search any websites, different website will be defining different types of salaries. Okay, so there is no like a specific answer for that. But however, if you ask me the average salary, you can like multiply uh, 3 into your experience. Let's say you have 1 year experience. Let's say Praveen has 1 year experience, 1 into 3. Now Naveen has like 5 year experience, 5 into 3, 15. That is the average salary. I'm not telling you will only get 15 lakhs for 5 years. So you will get more than that also. Okay, because recently I switched the company. Right, I've given few interviews. Now my total experience is 7 years. So if you use this formula, 7 into 3, what is the value? 21. But I got up to 31 lakhs. So it's like more than 140% hike, more than 150% hike. Okay, so first you need to get one offer. So by keeping that offer, you can apply for the counter offers. First, you need to get a job in one company, and then you can drop the papers, and then you can start applying for the other jobs. Then you can demand the salary. So regarding the job applications, resume preparation, mock interviews, and all these things, if you want to discuss, you can call me on my number. I will explain to you in detail. So you can take my number from Adil or Shazia. They will provide my number. We can have the discussion on this part. Okay. So yeah, Adil has already mentioned all the tools here, EKS, ECS, Jenkins database, and this is fine. And what is Teja? May I know what was the difference between the container orchestration?
That
Yeah,
we can discuss in technical.
technical. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Don't
Teja,
need to go
it's
now.
not something I can just explain in 1-2 minutes, Teja. Okay, because it's a big topic actually. But however, if you are excited to know before joining the course, I can explain to you on the call. Okay, so it's like packaging the application. It's like packaging the application. Let me just take 2 minutes time and explain this. Let's say Teja, you're working on some PUBG application. Okay, you're developing a PUBG application. You develop that PUBG application on your laptop. Now, so that application is running on your laptop. Okay, when you're trying to play the game on your laptop, it's working fine. But now the same application we gave it to Akhilesh. Akhilesh is trying to run that PUBG application on his system. It's not working. Why? Because of the dependency issue. So something is working on your system, the same thing, it's not working on the other systems. It's because of the dependency. To resolve this problem, maybe Akhilesh is using different operating system. Maybe Akhilesh is using different programming, the software which is installed on his system. Maybe dependencies are not matching. Okay, it can be different reasons. Now, what you will do, you will package into the Docker images and you will send the Docker image to Akhilesh. Now Akhilesh will run that image on the system, then he can able to run the PUBG application. So I just explain in simple words. Even if you do not understand, we'll discuss in detail. So you can call me on my number. I will explain to you in detail. Teja. Okay. Raghunath, for monitoring, which one is the, so there is no such like best tool for the monitoring. So in this course, we are covering some CloudWatch concepts. Okay, Adil will be covering some CloudWatch related concepts. Even I will explain like how to monitor the logs for the ECS in CloudWatch. But there are many other tools available in the market like Datadog, Splunk, Grafana, and etc. Okay, so you can just learn one monitoring, that should be enough actually. Any other questions? Sujeev, Gauss, Akshay.
Guys, anyone, if you have any basic question, also please ask.
And that's
Apart
totally
from,
fine,
yeah,
because
apart from technical.
you are here to learn something new which you don't know, right? So don't think that if I ask these basic questions, like trainer might feel bad. There is no such thing. Okay, so don't feel awkward. So please feel free to ask any questions. Okay, so we will tell. So let's say if that question is not related to the topic, we'll tell that. So Akhilesh, let's say Akhilesh is asking some basic questions, okay, which is not related to the topic or which is not important. So I will tell Akhilesh. So Akhilesh, you don't have to worry about that. You can just ignore that. Okay, or else if it is something important, I will explain. Or else if that I don't know about the topic, I will prepare and will explain in the next day. Okay. And as of now, I don't have any doubts. Thanks. Okay. Shravani, you said you have some questions, right?
I do. I think I have a question regarding the experience itself and how is it not going to affect the resume or the interview is what my exact question is. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
basically I have experience in Google Ads since 5.8, close to 6 years right now.
Okay.
So I'm a team lead here. For the past 2 years, I'm a team lead in Google Ads.
Mm-hmm.
So I started as an agent and now I'm a team lead. So I just want to understand how will this course help me and so basically I want to change my
Domain.
domain completely. So that's the entire point of me getting in connect with this particular course. So I just didn't understand the concept of how the experience is going to be added into my resume with this course particularly.
Understood, Shravani. Let me answer to this question. Okay. So this is not only to Shravani, each and every person who joined this class, right? So most of the people will be having the same question who are from non-technical background, from the technical background. So they will be having these queries. Even I used to have the same question like 6 years back because Shravani, I joined as a like non-technical professional. Okay. I mean, non-technical associate. My designation was transaction processing associate as a fresher. So my role was like I
Okay.
need to review the Google Ads. Okay, the client is Google. So I'm working through Accenture as a vendor, right? So my location is like near high tech city, Mindspace, right? So what I used to do is I need to review the Google Ads, like is it political or non-political? It's a complete basic. It's not at all related to the technical. Okay, it's a basic thing. Who even a 10th class graduate can able to do that task. Okay. Now what I did, but that experience actually helped me because I have the genuine experience from Accenture. Okay. So in this background verification process, so they do not verify what is the work that you have done. Is it reviewing the Google Ads or is it Google Maps or is it customer support? Is it call center? Right? Is it like Java developer, data science? It doesn't matter for them. What they only see is whether you actually work in that company or not. Yes or no, that's it. So is your company a genuine company? Is it India government registered or not? Okay. So they will verify your pay
Okay.
slips. They will check your pay slips, your bank statement, right? And your experience letters. Okay. If everything looks good, that's enough for them. They don't check, okay, what is your designation? Okay, it looks like transaction processing associate, but you in your resume you mentioned as DevOps engineer. It's not matching how it is. They won't ask these kind of questions, Ravani. Okay. But
Okay. So
in
process to process based questions won't be asked, is what you're saying.
no. So in your resume, you will mention it as DevOps engineer. The 5 years what is your total experience?
6 years right now.
6 years. So what I would suggest is the first 2 years we can keep it as a Linux administrator. Okay. And the next 4 years we can keep it as AWS DevOps. Okay. Is it the same company or you change the other company? Is it Accenture since the beginning?
Sorry, I missed that. Can you
No,
repeat?
I'm asking, are you still working in Accenture or you recently switched the company?
No, no, I recently joined, I joined Accenture 1 year back.
Uh-huh.
So I was
What?
working in Regelix before. The client is Google itself. So the client was same in both the companies.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be 2 years in some time in Accenture.
Fine. So, okay. So what we can do, the first 2 years in Regex, we can keep it as a Linux administrator. And then the remaining 2 or 3 years in Regex and this 2 years in Accenture, we can keep it as a AWS DevOps engineer. Okay, on the resume. Right. See,
Okay, okay.
whatever you put on the resume, so based on that, they will ask the questions. Once you clear the interview, it doesn't matter for them, like what is the previous domain, which domain you worked and all these things. Okay. Because
Okay.
you can take me as a real-time example because even I switched from Accenture from non-technical to the technical role. I changed into Deloitte. After Accenture, I joined Deloitte as a Power BI developer, data science. And then I joined
Okay.
CAM Systems as a DevOps engineer and TCS as a DevSecOps engineer. Okay. So if there is a strict rule that if the person is working on some domain, if he or she needs to continue on the same domain throughout the lifetime, so they cannot get candidates to work on that so and so.
Exactly.
Okay, because you know, right? AI ML it's a new technology. Data science is a
Yeah.
new technology. How can they find people with? I mean, how can they find people like 10 plus, 15
Experience.
plus experience? 15 years back, there is no concept of AI itself,
True,
right?
true.
So this is how it works in the real time. Don't worry about that, Shravani.
Okay, all right, no worries. Thank you so much.
No problem. Others, Praveen, Kalyan.
Navin, 1 second, give me a minute. Um, okay, guys, everyone will have a lot of questions. Okay, so please take your time. Okay, please join that WhatsApp group link. So there, we will share you the recorded session and further questions Q&A, right? You will be routed to Navin or me. Okay, so if you have any further questions, please join through that WhatsApp group. All right, so we can clear that. Okay, Navin, thank you. Navin, I'll give you the list later.
Yeah, sure. Guys, don't drop off. I need a small help from you. So I need like few details from all of you, just your name, email ID, and phone number. So just to like uh, get back to you regarding this course. Okay. So let me ping this link. Can all of you just open this link? I pinged you in the chat. Please open this link and fill the details on the same call. Everyone. It just takes 1 minute, guys. Just open the link, mention your name, email ID, phone number. That's it.
The form might asking the permission.
Yeah,
What?
it's saying this form can only be viewed by users in the owner's organization.
Can you open this again? Let me
One second.
just change the permissions. Just give me a minute. And people who have more questions, they can stay back. So after filling the form, you can just stay back. So you can ask the questions. That's totally fine.
Again, I'm getting same issue.
1
All
minute.
calls.
1 minute. 1 minute. Yes. Yeah. So now can you refresh the page and try it? Can you please confirm if you are able to access this now?
Yes,
Yes.
Navin, we're able to.
You are able to, right? Yeah. So everyone, Shravani, SP, Sunil, Akshay, Gauss, Sujiv, everyone, please fill the form. And what all questions you have?
It's done, Navin.
Right. So Praveen, regarding the recordings, so we will provide the recordings once you make the payment. Okay. So first 3 to 4 days, we will not provide the recordings, but if you have decided to join, you can make the payment. We'll provide the recording access. Okay. So recording access will be provided to the people who make the payment. Right. And the first 3 to 4 sessions you can consider as a demo. You don't have to like confirm till the fourth date, right? Fourth day, and after the fourth day you can make the payment and you can join the course. But if you want the recording access from day one, you need to make the payment and you can take the access. Okay. Yes, every day we'll upload the recordings by 11 a.m. or 10:30 a.m. because for the processing it will take time to process the recording, so you need to wait till 10:30 or 11 a.m. And thanks for the update. Gauss, you asked this question, can we handle that much experience? Yes. So after learning this course, so you can manage 5 years of experience in the real time. So this assurance I can definitely give you, Gauss. Okay. So you can easily manage 0 to 5 years of experience. Freshers, mid-level experience, okay, and the seniors also they can manage because I've seen people, right, even 10 years experience, 15 years experience, they're also doing the same thing, but there will be some more expectations from the like 10 plus, 15 plus experience candidates. Okay. Yeah. Assignments given at the end of each class. So Adil can answer to this. Okay. So when it comes to the DevOps, I will explain regarding the assignments. Okay. So in my case, I will give the assignments like once in a week or twice in a week regarding the assignments, right? Regarding the AWS, you can check with Adil Navi. Yeah. And what else?
Navin, can you also give them what will be the tomorrow session?
Tomorrow we'll be discussing about the monolithic and microservice architecture, right? And I will show you the how this application communication happen on the local system. Okay, so I will be showing you how the front end code looks, how the back end code looks. Okay, and where we are creating the database, all these things. But it's little technical. So even if you are not able to catch the topics, that's completely fine. Okay, end of the course you can able to do all these things on the cloud platform, deploying front end, back end database applications on the cloud platform. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
From third day onwards, we'll start from the basics. Okay, that
Okay.
is from Wednesday. We're gonna start everything from scratch. So today, I mean tomorrow, Naveen has showed you the overview, just an overview what and all you guys will be learning, right? So he has given you complete overview. So from third day, we will start everything from scratch. You guys don't have to worry.
And I just want to add one point here. So Adil mentioned some prerequisites, right? The networking, some soft communication skills. Okay. Say English, obviously we all can speak some basic English, right? So that's enough. And when it comes to this technical networking, if you know, that's fine. If you don't know, that's totally fine. So we are going to cover anything,
Yes.
everything. Okay. The VPC networking, right? Subnets, right? How to create the
All
architecture.
we will definitely
We'll
cover,
take care of
right?
it.
But
Okay.
for your good in the coming future, right? If you have a good networking knowledge, right, it will be easier for you guys to get to do any kind of job. That's it.
Yeah, but don't think that okay, if I don't know the
Ah,
networking, this course might not be like suitable for me.
yes.
No. Okay.
It's
There
not
is
a
no
mandatory.
there is see the only expectations what we have is you need to be passionate about learning the things. Okay. Because it's for you, right? You will be like getting benefit if you complete the course properly, you will be getting the job, right? Okay, so the only thing is you should be serious, practice at least 4 to 5 hours per week. 4 to 5 hours per week. So if you cannot spend that 4 to 5 hours, please don't join this course. Okay, so we are not the commercial. We don't want to like give any false expectations for you to just to like, okay, please join this course, you will get a job immediately, we will provide the placements. Okay, so we are covering so and so things and all. No, it's for your good. So if you're really passionate about like career change, then practice regularly, or else don't join, right?
Navin, Akhilesh has doubt. Yeah, Akhilesh.
Akhilesh, please go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning, Akhilesh.
As Adil mentioned that package and salary, uh,
Mm-hmm.
you have told that after experience you will get a multiplied salary.
Mm-hmm.
As we are freshers, and after doing this course, and what we get the challenges on interview.
So for the freshers, uh, when it comes to the expectations, Akhilesh, it will be less compared to the experienced people. Okay, they will not be expecting. So whatever the technical knowledge that you gain from this course, that's more than enough actually for the freshers. Okay, so what in the interview you should be able to easily like answer all the questions, the technical questions. When it comes to the jobs, right? Not only AWS DevOps domain, be it any domain. For the freshers, it's little difficult. I mean, for the applying jobs, you take it non-technical, technical, or Java developer, Python developer, DevOps, any domain. For the freshers, we need to have some patience. We need to keep applying for the jobs. Okay. But anyway, we will guide you like how to apply, what portals we need to use. We will guide you. Salary part. So you can on the AWS DevOps, you can expect an average salary of like 4 lakhs for the freshers. Okay, that's again an average salary. You might get little less if you are applying for the startups based on the budget, their budget. Okay, and you also might get more than 5-6 lakhs also for the freshers. But I cannot guarantee on that part. So salary part is completely like it's like abstract, right? We cannot cannot say some fixed number here. Okay, but average you can expect 4 lakhs, Akhilesh.
Okay, thank you.
And when it comes to the challenges for applying the jobs, so we will help you like how to answer, how to explain as a fresher, right? So this project you need to mention as your major project. If you have done BTech or BSc, so you can explain that this is the project I have done in my academics. So you can explain the same project. And you can also show the GitHub repositories. I will also help you in like how to build your GitHub, how to build the LinkedIn profile. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Any other questions? Vishwajit, Nagendra, King, Kunal. All good? Okay then. So if you do not have any other questions, we can wind it up. But any particular role? 1 minute. I have a question. Nagendra, I didn't understand your question. TRS. So Akshay, Docker and Kubernetes, as I mentioned, you can able to manage the experience range of 5 years, Akshay. Okay, because Kubernetes is again itself is a different subject. It's an ocean, right? You take it any topic in AWS or DevOps, every topic has like a number of concepts in each and every topic, harness, Jenkins, and so on. So okay,
Yes.
so we will be covering to the extent where you can able to clear the interviews for the experience range of 5 years on AWS DevOps. Again, let's say now Shravani has total 7 years or 6 years experience. Okay, now.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is she can put 5 years experience on AWS DevOps. Okay, so they can also, you people can also manage more than 5 years, but I just want to mention that threshold, right?
Okay.
Actually, I need to ask one thing.
Mhm.
Current market scenario, what's going on right now? Means for the switching.
See, 4 months back, even I thought that there is no good market in India because people were saying there is like layoffs happening, right?
Hmm.
In US also we have this thing, right? Okay. So, but previously when I applied for the interviews, I got so many calls. Okay, so don't believe any such rumors. If people are saying there are no jobs on DevOps or no jobs on AWS, please don't believe that. So if you are really good at technical skills, you will definitely get a job. That assurance I can give.
Okay.
Okay, so if you just do whatever I'm saying. Okay,
Right.
so right, you can read us as friends, me, Adil, Shazia. Whatever the questions that you have, you can ask us over the phone related to the course or related to the topics what we are discussing. Get everything clear. Whatever the questions that you have, you please ask. Okay, and please complete the assignments on timely basis. And whatever the task that we are providing to you, so please do that on timely basis. Okay, so definitely you will get a job, Akshay. Okay,
Yes,
regarding the market, yes, we have very good market in India. I'm not talking about other countries. In India, we have very good market. So I'm
Okay.
hearing that in the US there is no proper job market as of now. Not sure. Recently, government has changed, so we don't know like how the things will be in future. But yes, in India we have very good market. So now in future, let's say if US market is getting better, for us, we will get more number of projects. You know, right? Most of the projects that we are working on, we're working in India is US-based projects, and then
Yes, I'm
followed by
currently
UK.
working on UK based.
Yes, and then followed by Europe-based. Europe means like UK and then Germany and other
Yes.
countries, and then followed by Australia, New Zealand. Okay, so the main market is US, right? So now we don't have that much good market in US, but still we are having good number of jobs in India. Just imagine if the market gets better, future definitely will get more number of openings. I don't have to say anything. You can just open the LinkedIn and Naukri. You can search for the jobs, Akshay. And there are so many jobs which are not advertised on the LinkedIn and Naukri. So HRs will basically check for the candidates' profiles and then they will directly call you. Not every jobs will be posted on LinkedIn and Naukri in these portals. Not every job will be posted on their company website. We never know. Okay, the internal jobs, they will directly call us when you upload the profile. Okay, and resume preparation is also very, very important. So if you do not prepare your resume properly, there is no point even if you are very good at technical skills. Let's say you are very good at it, you have 100% knowledge on all the topics, but if you're not getting call, how you will prove that you are like the correct candidate for that particular job? right? So resume
Yes,
preparation
correct.
is very, very important. Okay, I will also help you in the resume preparation. So I basically take the paid services from the Naukri. I pay like 7,000 rupees for this resume and other services. So I will provide the same template for you also. The same template which worked for me, I will also provide the same template for you. After applying for the 3 months, if you are still not getting good number of calls, you can pay some 3 to 4,000 rupees on the Naukri for displaying your resume. But I would say that is not required. But if you are seriously trying for the job, still not getting the calls, we can do that. Okay.
Yes.
And I also have like up to 20 to 25 HR contacts. So if I feel that you're a good candidate or like a correct fit for that particular job, I will refer.
Okay.
How much experience you have actually?
Actually, currently I'm working Fujitsu from 2022. Right now I have 2.6 plus.
2 points. So yeah, so it will be little challenging because I'm being open to everyone. Okay, so I'm not saying that the freshers will not get a job or like people with less than 2-3 years experience will not get a job. I recently in the current batch, one person is a fresher, he got a job. Okay, so there are people who are getting jobs with the less than 2-3 years also. Okay, but you need to be a little patient. Compared to the experienced candidates, we will be getting less number of calls. Okay, you need to continuously apply. You need to continuously apply for the job section.
Yes.
You should not give any gap while during the preparation. You should not give any gap.
Yes, definitely.
Priyan, compared to the overseas India market is doing well. Yes, that's true. Actually,
Anyone else? Sai, Vishwajit, Sai Teja,
Sujiv,
and yes, you guys didn't ask anything.
Gagana, Sujiv. So you have any questions? You can have the friendly discussion. That's totally fine. Shravani, yeah, please go ahead.
No, I just want to drop off because I have to attend another meeting
Sure,
here,
sure,
if
sure.
that's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
See, after 8:15, the class will be completed. So after 8:15, it's up to you. If you want to stay, you can stay and you can just listen to the discussion what we are doing, or else you can, if you have any other questions, you can drop off and continue with your work.
All
Naveen, can
right,
you
sure.
stop
Thank you
the
so much.
recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll
Naveen,
see you guys tomorrow. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah. Adil, you are saying something?
please stop the recording. It's
Sure.
taking.
Fine.